GatorSports.com.
All right, welcome to our latest Swampcast, the end of a long season. And
distraction-filled season.
Distraction-filled, work-filled. I got a distraction sitting over there, right there, that computer that's not working. So you may not get any copy from me this weekend, but
you'll get video though.
Yeah, video.
Video cameras running smoothly.
Well, so far.
Okay.
They haven't made the trip to Atlanta, but we obviously go up tomorrow, Robbie, and should be an interesting time up there. Friday is going to be a little crazy, I think, around downtown Atlanta. People just going a little nuts.
Yeah,
Tide fans, Florida
fans.
Yeah,
it's cool seeing college football fans take over a big city like that. And Friday, Saturday, the atmosphere up there is unbelievable. Kind of a national championship feel to it.
Yeah, it is, and it really is a national semifinal, as everybody's talked about. And one of the teams, you know, I was thinking about it today, Rob. Alabama went and laid an egg after they lost to Florida in that game. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Florida do the same thing if they lose to Alabama.
Well, yeah, it's such a huge letdown. You're playing for an SEC title, a chance to play for the big one, and all of a sudden you're not. You know, you're playing a team you don't want to be playing, and that could happen with Florida if they don't win this game.
Yeah, and the thing is, obviously the Dunlap situation has not helped Florida. They're without one of their better players. They're going to fill in with Tratow and William Green and who's the other guy? I can't remember.
Jay Howard.
Oh, Jay Howard. Jay Howard
who is a former end, so it's been an easy transition this week for him. I think that he gives them a bigger presence outside.
We haven't seen much of him this year, really.
No.
I thought we were going to see more of him.
Well, he's like a lot of these guys have been dinged up. We haven't seen a lot of players, but they're pretty healthy for this game, which is good.
But I keep telling people they're not going to win or lose based on Carlos Dunlap not playing the game. If Alabama's a better team, they'll win the game. If Florida's a better team, they'll win the game. Florida's got a big edge, I think, at quarterback, but maybe this is Greg McElroy's shining moment.
Yeah, they're talking about he hasn't lost a game since 8th grade or something. So he knows how to win, and he manages the game, and he's got good players around him, and you know he's got a chance to do something special up there, and so does Tebow.
Well, I haven't lost a game since 8th grade either.
You haven't played a game.
That was my last
grade.
season of playing college
football.
Well, it was college kind of like then, but I haven't lost one since 8th grade. So think about that. But you know the amazing stat to me that I got in my column Saturday, Robbie. Florida and Alabama the last 2 years, 31-1 in the regular season in SEC games. 31-1 and the one loss by 1 point.
Yeah, and then you ask people, are they separating? And they'll say, no, not really.
Yeah.
But the numbers say they are.
And when they say no, and this is what's funny, they say no because the rest of the league is going to catch up. Well, okay, come try to catch up.
Yeah, we've been waiting for that. It's just not happening.
Yeah, and
in fact, in the West, they're falling further behind Alabama. It looks like to me.
It definitely does. In the East, you know, with Georgia's fall and Tennessee seems to be on the rise, but they're losing an awful lot this year.
Spurrier not reaching the mountaintop yet.
He's a 7-5 ball coach, so I don't know. We may see this game again next year. Wouldn't surprise. If you were making your picks right now for SEC East and West for 2010, who would you pick?
Alabama, Florida.
Exactly.
And I don't care how many people Florida has to replace. They've got young talent waiting to go, including John Brantley. So I don't think it's going to be it's going to be rebuilding, but not a big drop-off for Florida.
Yeah, and I mean, we'll see. I mean, I've said all along this is a coin flip game. I said that halfway through the season. There was a lot of sentiment that Alabama kind of had pulled ahead of Florida, and then they struggled a little bit. Obviously, the Auburn game kind of changed some people's minds. And I think everybody, the national media and everybody, they have no idea who's going to win this game.
Yeah, people keep portraying Alabama as a more complete team, but you look at it, they're basically the same kind of team. They win with defense, pretty conservative offense, control the ball, great on special teams. The games are all close. It's the same way Florida, same way with Alabama.
Yeah, and Florida's going to put 8 in the box probably, and I would think, and try to stop the run, make them throw it to somebody besides Julio Jones because he's
Auburn couldn't do that.
No,
they could stop the run, but they couldn't stop Julio on that little drag route.
And that's the problem is if you put 8 in the box, you're probably going to play a zone. And if you play zone, it's easier to get like that drag route's wide open all the time.
But I think if Florida goes 8 in the box, I think you're going to see man.
Yeah,
you're going to see man coverage. Janoris and Hayden are going to have to cover guys man to man. They know it. They're ready for it.
They're going to get a safety over the top.
Yeah, and they've done it. They've done it all season against good receivers, including Green of Georgia and LaFell and Tolliver at LSU. So I think they're pretty excited about this matchup.
Yeah, both these teams have been, when you think about it, they've been in a lot of big games over the last 2 years, including the one they played against each other last year. Alabama, this is their 4th trip to the Georgia Dome in 2 years.
I know, they know that place pretty well.
They had the big game against Virginia Tech early. They had, obviously, the Auburn game, a rivalry game, the LSU game. They've had a lot of big games as well. In Florida, of course, we know what they've been through. So these teams are steeled for it. They're ready. They're experienced. And it's what everybody's been waiting for. So we're going to find out where we're going for the holidays.
And I don't think it's going to be. This is a big game build-up, and I think it's going to live up to the build-up. I have a feeling this is going to be a game we're going to remember for a long time.
Good. Can't wait. Hopefully, I'll be able to file from it. We'll see. But next time we talk to you, we'll be on the floor of the Georgia Dome and telling you what happened and where we're going. Is it going to be Pasadena? Is it going to be New Orleans? Like I said,
what do
before,
you think?
It's a win-win.
Where do you think we're going?
I said after the Oklahoma game last year, I'm never picking against Tebow again. But my gut feeling is that Alabama. These two teams are too tightly matched together that one wins one year and one wins the next year. I just got a kind of a funny feeling that might happen.
Part of me says Alabama's going to win in a close game. Another part of me says Florida's going to play its best game of the year and win by 10 or more points.
You heard it here, Robbie Andreu.
I didn't say they're going to, but I have a bigger feeling.
Which part of you is it?
Well, that's the scenario I think is going to happen.
Okay, so is it your left leg that feels that way?
Combination. Combination.
All right, well, we'll see what happens. It should be fun, and should be a fun weekend up there, and then we'll come back and tell you where Florida's going. And one more Pat Dooley show will be done at the bowl site, wherever it is.
Pasadena, according
to Robbie. And he may be right. We'll see. All right.
I may be wrong. I may be crazy.
You may. Is that Billy Joel?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's going to do it for us from the penultimate Swampcast of this season, I guess, would you say?
Mm-hmm.
Got one more to go. And then, of course, whatever we do for the Bulls. We don't even know yet. Even Trish doesn't know what we're doing yet. All right, that's going to do it. Until next time, Robbie, Andreu, Pat Dooley, so long from the Sunshine State.